Hare Krishna, this is Krishnendu here. I know it's been a while since I did a Facebook Live, but I thought this was a perfect opportunity to do another one because I've got some very special guests here with me today. I'm actually at Madhuri Mataji's house. I'm just going to switch the camera away from me so you can see what's happening. So this is Madhuri Mataji's house. This is where many Krishna conscious programs have taken place. And we have our famous stars over here on the film set. Filming some videos for Relationship Rescue Remedy. So there's Jaya, Sila Prabhu.
Hey.
Yeah, and Vimala Mataji.
Hi, Bo.
So you can see we've got a whole setup here. Got my fancy camera here, and I've got the lights and all that. So we're basically recording some videos to help teach about the Relationship Rescue Remedy and help to get the word out about the book and the course and all those kinds of things. So this is the sort of thing I love to do with devotees, is help with promoting some great ideas and serve devotees. So how's it been?
Oh, pretty good. I'm trying to see who's on camera. Are we on camera?
Yeah, you're on camera. You're on camera right now.
We're on camera.
We're on. Yeah. Everything's happening. Vimala?
Yeah, so we're really excited that our book is out, 5-Drop Rescue Remedy. So that's been a big step for us, isn't it?
Yeah.
Finally getting it out.
And we've done a fair bit of work on the mainstream version of it. We want to make things available beyond the devotee community where we can outreach a bit, and people in secular society think, oh, those Krishna people have got some pretty cool things that seems to work for them, and that way they can become interested in Krishna consciousness.
And we want to be able to help the in-house community, the devotees that
Absolutely.
are starting out in their married life or have been married for a while, and give them some of our hard-earned wisdom.
Why do you have to reinvent the wheel, so to speak?
You can ask us.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's exciting for us.
Do you think that there's much need amongst devotees? Have you seen many problems in
Have you
relationships?
any conflicts over the last year?
Well, we need
2
it.
years?
But
3?
yeah, it comes up. That's what we want to reassure devotees, that contrary to popular belief, sometimes people think, well, when you're a devotee, there'll be no conflict, there'll be no arguments, but there's no utopia, as Srila Prabhupada said, but it is how you deal with them.
How you deal with them. So that's something we've learned over the years. That's learning how to deal with them, and how you dealt with things maybe 20 years ago changes. It's like everything. How you look after your child when they're 6 months old changes when they're 5 and when they're 15 and so on. So similarly, we've got to keep looking to see what patterns have we got in our relationship. Are they working? Are they beneficial? Or is there something we can adjust to make it?
And what we've seen is devotees have a lot of beneficial patterns in their relationship, and then they have these gnarly ones, these dysfunctional ones that often they ignore and they don't address. And this is what our 5-Drop does. It teaches you how to address and dissolve those patterns.
Yeah, cool. So you've got a book that you've written, and how long did it take you to write the book?
It's interesting.
Did it take a while?
How long did it take? Once we got the system down, how to write it, didn't take that long.
Didn't take that long. We'd been working on another book, as we've mentioned in other videos, called The Grihastha Journey, which we'd spent a couple of years writing at different times. But when we decided to shift gears and get into the Relationship Rescue Remedy 5-Drop formula as being even more important than the Grihastha Journey, we really saw that so we put that one on the back burner and went ahead with this, and it came together maybe over 6 months.
Yeah, we saw it as very valuable because we found devotees didn't have, when we were counselling devotees, we found they didn't have the tools. They had all the best intentions, but they didn't have enough tools. How to resolve those conflicts. That was a big thing that kept coming up time and time again.
And people may know is also from a lot of the work we've done with nurturing Krishna's children. So here we were doing seminars over the world about how to nurture Krishna's children, but then we thought, well, how important is it that the parents are able to live together and get through the conflicts in a way which doesn't blow the roof off the building, and then we can talk about nurturing the kids if the parents are able to stay together.
Right, it's like put your oxygen mask on yourself first. And
Yeah,
on
exactly.
Good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's interesting because just from a different perspective, you started off, like you mentioned, the focus was on, nurturing Krishna's children, and that was kind of, okay, that's our thing that we're going to be getting into. And as time went by, you sort of adjusted because you could see another need that was even more important and adapted. And that's the process has been like that. It's not like being a straight line that, we're going to do this and therefore we do it, and it just happened. It was like there was a lot of, wiggles along the road, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it just took another turn somehow or other. Yeah.
So you were writing the Grihastha Journey, and then, the Relationship Rescue Remedy book, and working with me, like we were looking at how can we promote it. So we thought, well, let's do some webinars, live webinars. And so we did a couple of those, and that was kind of like a little traumatic experience maybe at the time. It's like
a bit high-tech for us.
Yeah.
High-tech, yeah.
And, it was feeling a bit uncomfortable, the presentation, the way it was done. So, then we thought, okay, well, let's write a book and present it in a different way. And so, my point is, when devotees are thinking of doing something, don't expect, just like in a relationship, don't expect it's all going to be without conflict.
Utopian.
Yeah.
It's all just going to smoothly happen. No, that's a good point. Yeah, we've got to stick with it and keep moving forward and reflecting. Is there a depth to what we're doing, or is it superficial and it doesn't really matter and let it go, or is it fundamentally strong? And every time we've done that with the 5-drop formula, we've thought, no, this is really important stuff.
This is important. This is valuable. Yeah.
It's worth it.
Yes.
It's worth all of the struggles.
Yeah.
And ups and downs.
And it just comes to my mind now is there's a linear process, drop 1 through to 5. But what you're going to find as you get used to the formula is that you might have to dance around a bit. So drop 3, for example, is called
accept
drop the
responsibility.
blame, stop blaming, and accept responsibility. So I have recently, over the last few months, found myself, drop 1 is to drop the flame. No, I don't really want to. So there's obviously still some frustration or anger there, and see it from the other person's. Drop 2, see it from the other person's perspective. I don't care what their perspective. I'm still not happy about it. And I was thinking, we created this, and I'm not using the formula. Then I got to drop 3, accept responsibility, and I thought, ooh, okay, I can't get past that one. And I found that I was actually starting at drop 3. And then we wrote in the book that drop 3 actually begins right from the very beginning. There's a thread of drop 3 right at the very beginning. When you decide to drop the flame, to remain calm and not be, that's taking responsibility. So I think you can get a sense of how the drops are interwoven.
Yeah.
And you have to have that flexibility, like you've kind of got your plan, but it doesn't go in a straight line all the time, right?
Yeah, again, back to your point, that's the way of life, isn't it?
Yeah.
But if you were just beginning, it's best to just kind of go through the drops.
Good point. There is a linear process to it. See if you can remain calm.
And then you'll find naturally, after a while, you'll dance a bit with it, like we said. Yeah.
Hey, guess what?
What?
Guess who's watching? You'll never guess.
Who?
Koshal.
Koshal.
Remember Koshal,
Koshal.
our good friend from America?
He's watching just now.
Yeah, he's made a comment too. Good
So
stuff,
you can
being
see.
flexible.
Ah.
Awesome. I know
Good on you,
Koshal's really into personal development and
High
understanding
technology.
about dealing with people and management and stuff. So it's awesome to have you here, Koshal.
Wow.
Hare Krishna.
And someone else is on the line there too. I don't know who it is, but if you can comment, we'll know who you are. That'll be really cool and really encouraging. But thanks for being here anyway.
Last night I watched, it was 2 nights ago, I watched a Radhanath Maharaj live with Jaya Shetty, is that his name?
Yes,
Jaya
yes.
Shetty.
Yes.
I watched that, and it was, you just reminded me, they had people, obviously he's a big personality, and
Rattling off the names of all the people
all the
watching.
people that were coming in and being online.
Yeah, cool. So this is actually a first experience with Jai Sila and Vimala doing a Facebook Live, and so I'm hoping that we'll see them on their own devotee care channel doing some Facebook Lives in future.
Yeah, that would be
So,
nice. I think you're going to show Vimala.
He's showing us how to do it.
Yeah, Vimala's the techno nerd amongst the couple here.
High tech.
Yeah. So awesome, yeah, thanks for those of you who've tuned in live, and I'm sure heaps of you will be watching on the replay.
Oh, and if you are there, of course, get the book. Where is it you get it?
kcrelationshipbook.com.
And yeah, I'll add a link to the comments once once this is all over. But yeah, even if you're not watching live, please leave a comment below. It'd be great to hear what you think about this story. Just to summarise, it was years ago. I was actually calculating that we started working on this project about 5 houses ago.
5 houses, because we moved a lot.
First you were in Riverhead, and then you were over in Browns Bay, or whatever it is, Long Bay,
Torbay.
You know, and then you were in Greenhigh, and then Swanson,
and now we're back here.
Back to Riverhead. So it's been a long process, but you know, it's at the end of the day, it's really encouraging when you see that, you know, hundreds of devotees have joined the membership program, and hundreds of devotees have bought the book, and you feel like, oh, you know, it was worth it. You know, the effort that you've put in. At least some people are getting to see it and get benefit, and the feedback's also been really great from people about it. And, you know, so there's that curvy path, but you know, it's quite satisfying at the end when you feel like you've achieved something.
Sounds like the idea of going back home, back to Godhead. I hope it all works out in a similar way.
Yeah. We'll sign off here. I'll just turn it back onto me and wave and say thanks for joining us on Facebook Live again. And I missed it. And here's a quick wave from it's good night from him and good night from her. Good night. Okay, Hare Krishna.